You've come in for a lot of criticism that you've really been gearing your proposals here to what unions would have wanted. You had a good deal of union support in your run for office here. What do you say to that?
No, I disagree. I mean, I value every state employee, and whether they're union or non-union, and there are just no easy answers here. Where I don't want to get into court battles that gobble up legal fees to take our tax dollars and get into long, drawn-out, protracted legal battles. So some of the issues involving the contracts, we have to make some smart decisions so we don't get into court, spend a lot of money on lawyers, and with who knows what chance of success. So once again, I want to be conservative, but value our employees, union and non-union alike.
You would portray it more as trying to avoid getting into battles with the unions rather than acceding to their wishes?
I'm a good negotiator. I've negotiated many contracts as mayor, and very proud of the results of those negotiations. And I can tell the taxpayers of Rhode Island that they're going to have a strong, firm negotiator on the union contracts here as governor.
Do you expect to take a hands-on approach to negotiating contracts with the state unions?
Well, I don't know how much hands-on. Ultimately, it comes to the governor, but I won't be sitting at the table with the bargaining. It's a long, drawn-out process, just by its nature. It's week after week of back and forth.
Governor, you came to office with a number of goals in mind, and one was to open up relations with immigrant communities, and you had a good deal of support in your run with immigrant communities. In fact, one of your first orders of business was to repeal the executive order of your predecessor. How have immigrant communities responded since you've taken office, and what do you hear from them?
It's a growing population of Rhode Island, and so I'm respectful of that. And hardworking people that are starting up new businesses in difficult areas of the state, in some of our more distressed communities, you see these minority businesses taking root. And so I want to be supportive. And don't forget, Governor Kacheri, in his E-Verify, it was only about 6 states that had it, and the other 5 were in the Deep South. It was an odd thing for Rhode Island to get into the E-Verify. So by repealing it, I think I just put us back with pretty much the rest of the country.
Now we have the secure communities issue, where the Attorney General has embraced this proposal to tie in with the federal immigration authorities and exchange information with them about people who are detained, people who are arrested. Still a good deal of resistance from the city of Providence about that.
Yes, I think the threshold of when you get the federal immigration people involved, is it because somebody didn't put on their blinker or rolled through a stop sign, or should it be when there's a felony involved and then you bring in the federal immigration people? I think that threshold is being argued about.
What do you say to a community such as Providence that has reservations here and doesn't want to necessarily embrace this? Would you encourage them to do so?
Well, there's some legitimate concerns about harassing immigrant communities, and there's many, many stories over decades of that occurring, and now it's in the Hispanic, Latino community in particular on immigration issues. Just because you might be Hispanic, does that mean you're undocumented? We don't want that to be occurring for every Hispanic person to be constantly being checked.
What do you suggest that the city of Providence do in this case?
Well, there's a balance. There's a balance, as I said, to the threshold of whether it's misdemeanors and trying to avoid the racial profiling or those types of instances.